Awesome. Just to start out, Gracie Barra with KMOV here in St. Louis. Jincy, can you take me through the emotions of playing this game, winning this game here in your hometown?
Yeah. First period, I had a couple penalties that set me on edge a little bit, but then second period, I think we were finding our game, and third period was just, that was our game, that was our team, and, at the end of the day, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for the group we have to come back and play in St. Louis. Just grateful, yeah.
Jincy, Annie Kroll with NBC here in St. Louis. I'm about to go talk to some younger female hockey players who got to watch you today. Can you wrap your head around the fact that you are the inspiration on the ice when you probably were, 13, 14 in those same seats, and it's a very different world than what you were growing up in?
Yeah, I'm honored. I'm just honored that they would look up to me like that. I didn't really have that growing up, and so I feel like for me, this wasn't a dream. This has kind of just been a day-to-day blessing that's unfolded, but for them, this is something that they can shoot for. And even if it's not hockey, I hope this is something that sparks something inside of them today.
Next question? Okay.
Hi, Jeff Bonder, Let's Go Blues Radio. I've actually had you on the show before, Jincy, and just wanted to ask you, obviously your family was here today. Very, very emotional day for you, I'm sure, but what was it like when Boston scored and you heard the goal horn go off for the wrong team?
Yeah, it's a bit awkward, especially when you're used to hearing that horn for the Blues. But, I think it's just part of the game is you just let things go and you bounce back and you got a job to do.
So what was it like playing a professional game in St. Louis?
Yeah, it was a great experience for me. I hope it was an even better experience for the people that came. To have over 8,000 fans, that's huge for us. That's huge for our league. That's huge for the people that came. So again, I'm just grateful. It was awesome, and that my family's here. I get to do it with a really special group too. So, and I have a head coach that starts me for that. I don't know if that always happens. So I'm really lucky that I got to do that.
What did you tell your teammates about St. Louis before you arrived?
Ooh, I told them all the spots they had to go. I think I told them repeatedly that my favorite spot was the zoo. So if the weather's nice, go, and it's free. And then told them some food spots that they should definitely check out, because I think people don't know that St. Louis has some cool food culture that you don't find anywhere else.
I'd say interesting food culture for sure.
Explaining Provel cheese is interesting to people.
Coach MacLeod, for you, obviously, you've been around the game forever. Have you ever been to St. Louis? What was your impression of the fan base here today?
This is my first time in St. Louis, and I love the line of questioning today. I'm actually really grateful for it, because I think what these takeover tours are allowing us is, obviously with the crowds, we're able to expose the game to more people, but I think what you guys can be so proud of here in St. Louis is who is the role model for these young players. It's not just the young girls that watch today. It's the young boys that are going to grow up and want to be like Jincy Roese as well. And I think when these players get this opportunity to come home and play, to your point, I'm sure she watched a handful of Blues games when you were growing up, to be able to be on that ice and now just be in a pro league, it just isn't lost on us what these experiences mean. And St. Louis was great. It's been a wonderful community. I enjoyed walking that. I'm not going up the arch. I can confirm that. That thing's tall. But you get the ball game feel, and the atmosphere has just been incredible. But for me, these games, we've had a few different stops where we've had some hometown players. It's a thrill to get to watch Jincy play in St. Louis. So that's what this has meant to me too, and I appreciate the line of questioning, because she's the real deal.
Yes, she is. Last question for you, Jincy. I just was wondering, obviously you've played hockey here for a long time. You've coached a long time. Now you're playing professional hockey. We've seen you in the Olympics. We've seen you in the IHF tournaments. What have you taken away from the past 2 years in the PWHL that you can now bring forward to kids that maybe you couldn't before you joined the PWHL?
Ooh, I would say you got to dream big, but if there's things that, little blessings that unfold in front of you, like this league for me, you gotta go after that with all your heart. So I would say that's the big one for me.
Coach, just your reaction to 2 goals, 32 seconds. I think you were just telling me that was a record.
We liked that. That was a good moment. It was the resiliency that we entered into the third. Obviously, we were coming off a tougher game where the third got the best of us, and we knew there was a challenge in front of us. Obviously, we're down a goal going in, but all the credit goes to our group, our players in that room that continue to sort of say, hey, let's do right by one another and get at it. And we had that mentality throughout the entire third period. And, you could feel the energy and momentum building on the bench. And, of course, you get the first one. It was challenged. And, we know what challenges, if they don't work, you end up on a power play. So we're able to work through that. But, it's just genuinely nice to see that our group was rewarded for the effort that we thought we put forth today. And, for us, as it is for all 5 other teams in this league, it's a bit of a crunch time. So you have to find that momentum and you have to keep building upon it. And I thought we did a really nice job throughout the entire game, and it just came together for us in the third.
Any final questions?
I'd like to just unfold. Carla, you've been around the game for a really long time. What did you mean by really long time? 42 and a half years old, you guys. That's all I am. I appreciate that. I know, it's good. Thanks for having us, everyone. Thanks for hosting us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Really long time, gents.